So, hello everyone to another Ask Me Anything session for the Decentraland community. I'm Fractilians with the Facilitation Squad. I'm here with Pablo as well from the Grant Support Squad. Well, everyone joins. We'll just be sharing a little bit of info, and if you have any questions, feel free to submit it. Here, let me paste it real quick in the chat here. We have our little Slido right there for you guys. And yeah, second of all of these sessions are also recorded and they're uploaded to our YouTube channel each week. So be sure to head over there and follow along. And let me paste that here for you guys as well real quick. So in regards to AMAs, there will be no AMAs for the next 4 weeks after this session. They'll have a little bit of a break, but they will commence again on May 25th. It will be at the same time, 4 p.m. UTC, and it will be with the Platform Catalyst and Decentralized Services team. We will keep you posted in both Foundation and DAO Discord. So for further information, we also have the Notion site. If you're new here, be sure to check that out. It has all the updates of all the upcoming ones, and I just pasted that in there for you guys as well. So if you're new here to our AMAs, the goal for these AMAs is to enable effective communication and help build more connections between the foundation, grantees, and the larger Decentraland community. If you face any other challenges and need any further information, always feel free to contact the Grant Support Squad. Well, today's is the dApps session, and with that, I'll pass it on to Juan, who is the software engineer for the dApps team from the Decentraland Foundation. Thanks so much, Juan, for being here, and yeah, I'll pass it to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, everyone, for being here. So before I start, Natalie, is it okay if I start the recording here?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Awesome. There it is. All right. So hello, everyone. I'm Juanma from the dApps team, and today I'm going to present the TAMA for April 2023. And I'm going to show a little bit of what we have been working on and what's coming soon from our team. So I think Natalie already shared the Slido, but here you have the QR code if you want to scan, and you can submit your question here. We're going to go through them at the end, so please feel free to submit anything that you want to ask. Here you have the event code if you want to just enter the code in the page. So just like a recap, so this is the year of the creators. We'll be giving special attention to creators by making the creation in Decentraland more accessible, and also providing better tools for the creators to submit their remotes, their wearables, all the things that we can transact in Decentraland. So that's like a reminder of what we are focused on with the things that we're working on, and this is all related to this. So let's see the new features that we have launched since the latest TAMA. So one big event that we had was the Metaverse Fashion Week 2023. So in order to support that, we had like a different banners promoting the event across the builder and also the marketplace. In the marketplace, we had this fancy new tab section where we show all the NFTs and the items related to the event. So that's all that we have done to promote all the content related to the fashion week. So what else do we have here? So this is something cool that we have introduced in the marketplace. It's what I call like semi-infinite scroll, because you can scroll like forever. And I think we put like 3 pages where it's going to scroll automatically. Like you can see here in the gift, like you can scroll and more cards are going to show up until you reach the load more button there. So the idea behind that is that the footer that is on the bottom of the page should be accessible, and then if you scroll like forever, and you keep seeing more and more cards, you won't be able to reach the footer. So the idea is that you can scroll and keep seeing cards for like 3 times, and then if you want to if you want to click something from the footer, you're going to be able, because they are the cards are not loading automatically anymore. So that's mainly the idea of the mix that we have come up with. But yeah, this is definitely like an improvement on the navigation, right? Like you can go faster through the results, but also you can see the footer at some point. We have also introduced a new banner for the networks that are partially supported on our dApps, which are basically Polygon at the moment. So when you are connected to Polygon with your wallet, you're gonna see this new banner at the top saying that like this little wording here, use this network to cover the gas of the transactions, and you can switch back when you finish. Like that's the suggestion. The idea is that you use Polygon to cover when you have to cover your transactions. For example, when buying I 1 mana, because we are not paying for those transactions on like with our meta transactions. So the idea is to have this more visible and remind that the network is supported for those kind of transactions, but like you can go back to Ethereum when you're done. So that was the main idea behind this new banner that you will see at the top of the dApps. Then we have added some filters on the Atlas map that we have in the marketplace. So now you can see all the parcels that are for sale, like up here, available to buy. Then you can see the parcels to rent, available to rent right there. And lastly, you have the owned by me. So you can see your parcels as well in the map. So yeah, this is mainly to improve the map UX that in the past was really basic. So now it's more powerful. We have also added this bar chart that we have for several filters at the moment. We have added it to the price per day. This is for when you are looking for lands to rent. Now you can see all the distribution of the prices that we have for renting, which is pretty cool. Like in the past, it was just the 2 inputs, but now you can see how it's distributed across all the prices that we have right now. So what else? So more things for the marketplace. Now in the all land section, we introduced 2 ways of sorting the cards. You can sort by cheapest sale and cheapest rent. We believe that this is more useful for users to have it split between the 2, because like rent is usually cheap. I mean the prices are really low compared to the sale. So in the past, having those mixed together, it doesn't make a really UX experience for the user. So having it split, you can just like focus on what you're trying to look for, right? Like if you want to buy, you can just see the prices for the sale, and if you want to rent, you can see just the prices for rent. So that was the main driver behind the idea of splitting those 2. So other thing that we introduced in these past few weeks is the high congestion network message that we have here. So the thing is that all the meta transactions that we have right now are paid by Decentraland, right? And the Polygon network has been really congested over the past few weeks and even month, I think. So our tank, which is by tank I mean the Matic that we have to pay for the user transactions, was getting run off of Matic really often because the net was really expensive. So we had to, I mean, in order to keep the gas healthy, we had to to introduce this like threshold where we are when we can afford to pay the user transaction, right? I think at the moment we can pay like up to 150 Wei. Like if the gas price is higher than that, we cannot pay the transaction because we are going to run out of matic really soon. So what we have done here is like when the network is really congested, we show this message here to the user. So we're basically explaining that the network is the gas price is really high, and they can either wait until the network is normalized, or they can like switch to Polygon and pay the gas fee with their own matic. Like in case you have to do a transaction, you can just switch the network and afford it yourself. So that's basically what this message here means. And it's all like related to keeping our tank healthy. So on the side of the builder, we have been working on some UX improvements. I think we mentioned this as something that was coming soon in the previous TAMA. So now it's live, and we are showing more detailed errors when submitting the wearables. For example, if your model exceeds the number of triangles that are allowed, we're going to show the error message there. The same for the number of textures. And also like the same applies for emotes, right? Like if you submit an emote that exceeds the limit of seconds that the animation can last for, we're going to show the error here. Just giving more feedback to the user. Like in the past, it just would show like a generic error, and it was hard to understand what was going on. So also for the builder, now we have in the nav bar on the top, you have like a sub menu where you can go directly to the subsections of the builder. So now, like instead of going to the builder and then going to collections, you have like a shortcut here. Just making things faster. And also we have updated our smart contracts to stop burning mana when buying the ES names for Decentraland. So this is something that we changed. Like it's not changes anything on the user experience. It's just like the things that happens under the hood. So now when the users buy a name, the 100% of the price paid for the name, which is 100 mana, goes to the DAO. Like in the past, it was all the mana was burned, but now it goes entirely to the DAO. What else? And I think lastly we have the operational improvements that are worth to mention. So this is, let me go back. This is not visible for the end users, but it's something that we have been working on to improve the overall experience, and also like to tackle the tech debt that we have on our code. So we developed a standard document on accessibility. This is something that we are really focusing at the moment. All the components that we are building from scratch, we are trying to make it like up to the standards of what it should be the accessibility of the component, because it's really important to include all type of users and have the better user experience for all of them. So we are really focusing on that right now. And for that, we wrote a Notion document of how the components should be written. And this is also linked in our contribution documents for all the external contributors. So just promoting that everywhere we can. And then we have the new tracer component. The new tracer component. This is something like for internal usage, and it's really technical, but it basically allows us to have like a better debugging experience. Now we have like an ID, which is generated for a request, and we can trace the ID across all the different calls for our services. So now we can debug like the user story of what the user is doing across the different services that the dApp is calling. So this really help us to understand if something goes wrong, where it failed, like in which part of the process failed, because we have now like a trace of the history of the request. So again, it's not visible for the end user, but it's really useful for us and to improve the overall experience. So this is mainly what we have been working on, and everything that I mentioned here is live. So you can just go to the dApps and use those new cool features. And now we have what is coming soon, which is also something that we have been working on. And some of the stuff that I'm going to show here are really close to being done. So expect it to be in live soon. So the first thing that we have here is the works deploys from the builder. So we're going to support deploying your scenes to your worlds, and this is going to be available from the builder, right? So this is something that we are currently working on, and it's going to be available within a few weeks, I think. Go to the other one. So this is a big epic that we have been working on, and it's the new catalog. What the idea behind this new catalog is to get rid of the idea of the listings and the store that we have right now. I mean, primary sales and secondary sales, and just get everything together in just one big catalog. So you won't have like cards repeated for the same NFT. It's going to be all grouped in the same card, like for an item entity. This is really going to help a lot the discoverability of the items across the marketplace. Also, there are a lot of new information, like it's more visible when they are available to mint, when they are not on sale, when they are just available for like in the secondary market, in the listings. The price is going to be showed there, like bigger, more highlighted, so it's understandable what's the price that what's the cheapest price that you can pay for the item. So this is a big thing that is coming up soon as well. We're really excited about it. And the other big feature that we're working on is the favorites and my lists. So favorites is basically the favorites feature that almost every single marketplace has. Like you'll be able now to favorite your items, and then you will be able to see it on your wish list, or even like custom lists. I think the custom list is going to be part of the V2, but this MVP is going to include like a main wish list where all the items that you favorite are going to end up there. So that's for favorites and my list. And also on the side of the builder, again, we're going to work on some improvements on the wearable submission side. So now this is a component that we have developed for the modes, where you can pick the thumbnail from like the angle and the rotation that you want, and we want to do the same for wearables. So now you will be able to like rotate your wearable and just pick the angle that you want for getting a custom thumbnail. So that's pretty useful as well. Lastly, a big thing that we are trying to tackle or improve the UX is the new allowance cap that MetaMask has launched over the past few weeks. So in the past, like we were asking for the allowance of use the user's mana, and like it was like we were asking like the full usage of the mana, like with no cap. So the users were just authorizing our contracts to use their whole mana. Now, MetaMask has a new feature where you can just select where you are comfortable of allowing a contract to spend. And for some users, it was really confusing why this new interface was asking the amount, and some were just putting 0 because they weren't comfortable with this new experience, or they had doubts why what it has changed. So in order to tackle that, we are going to create like a more detailed experience where it's going to be explained why we need to ask the allowance cap, and why you had to fill the new interface of MetaMask, and also like you will have the chance to update the cap whenever you want. So like if you want to buy a wearable of 10 mana, you can just authorize the contract for 10 mana, and then if you want to buy another one of 20, you can just go and update the allowance to 20. So we are building all the interfaces to explain that and to make it more usable for the users. Okay, so I think that's everything that is worth to mention on our side. Now I think it's space of the questions that you folks have submitting in the Slido. I don't know if we should do something.
I will take that.
Okay.
Thank you, Juanma, for all the presentation. It's amazing.
Thank you, Nacho.
Okay, cool. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I think that, can you read it well, right?
Oh yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah, cool. Okay, well, let's start. First one, how can we incentivize mana holders for long-term token retentions and value growth? Why creators, consumers want to hold mana in the long term? That's a really good question, but I don't know. Nico, do you want to answer something, or?
This is something that comes into conversation every once in a while. We're not tackling that from this team, but I'm sure if from the foundation, if we're going to do something around incentivizing mana holders, or is this going to be communicated in these forums and in our regular communications as well. But I don't have anything else to add actually there, sorry.
Okay, well, market song. Yeah, it's not related to dApps only. That's the main answer. Okay, when smart wearables will be introduced publicly?
I can take that one. So I know this is something that is long awaited, and I'll take responsibility to try to make it a reality during this year. We are aiming to have it ready for the end of Q3. Obviously, this is a super complex project. It involves most of the teams in Foundation. It has to be secure as well because it involves codes and permissions. The good thing is the permission system, it's almost done, and this is something that was a blocker for this project. So we can make it really secure for the people who are buying and using the smart wearables. But the target is to have it by the end of Q3. You know how this is software, and delays are a common thing, but my main goal, at least talking from my point of view, is to have it ready by the end of Q3.
Cool. Thank you, Nico. Next one. Is it possible from a technical standpoint to create true for unmodified space containing greenery pathways between unconnected parts of the state? I don't know if someone from the SDK or the Explorer is here to answer that. I don't know, maybe Juanca, if you know if that is possible, but I don't think so. Anyways.
What was the question? The first one.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that depends on the implementation of the client. The Decentraland client does not allow for space between the parcel, and I don't think that's going to happen. No, but that's. I mean, if the question is from a technical standpoint, yeah, it is possible. It's up to the client that renders the parcels to decide on that. now that more clients are being worked on, it might be possible that not all of them follow the same rules necessarily. I don't know that, but if the question if it is technically possible, yes, and it's up to the client actually, not really related to this team maybe, but that's what I could answer.
Thank you, Juanca. Next one, follow up to, well, I think this one, if it's possible, if the contract coding with the foundation or the DO to MGAP. I think that this is related to the previous one. I think that we already answered that. It's something related to client and not contract or smart contract.
Yeah, it's not related to the smart contracts at all. It's the client.
Next one, how complex is to develop a watchlist feature so I can subscribe to an item or even queries and get email notifications whether updates? Well, we already shared that we are working on this list. The only thing that you are not going to have is the email notifications, because that is another conversation. Storing email attached to an Ethereum address is something that go against anonymous things. But obviously, getting notification is something that we would like to have sometime. So, well, we'll have more updates in the future. Can we update the builder to allow for uneven states? Do you mean, Juanca? Yeah, I saw that you.
If that means non-square/rectangular states, I mean, it's possible, and that's something that on the editor we are supporting already. But yeah, the builder is not actually being developed. I mean, or we're not focusing on adding that new features to the builder right now, other than, well, the deploy to worlds, but that's not that's not like a real change on the builder per se. It's just where it's deploying to. So the short answer is I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon to the builder, but that's something that's going to be possible with the editor. The editor is still not live, but when it is, it should be a replacement for the builder users, so they can create content without coding. So until that, I don't think we're going to make any changes to the builder because we're working on the editor.
Next one, are there any plans to update the builder to allow people who are not fond of coding to build as well?
Yeah, I guess that's the same answer. Yeah. The short answer is no, not on the builder, but expect to have this tool that you're looking for in the editor. I mean, the editor should be the tool for users to be able to build content without using code, unless they want to, because the idea of the editor is that you should be able to create content without knowing how to code, as with the builder. But if you want to code, you should be able to jump into the code, which is something that it's not possible right now with the builder. I mean, you could export from builder to the SDK, but then there's no way to go back. And on the editor, it's all integrated. So you could use code or not, and without leaving the editor. Yeah.
Thank you, Juanca. Nico, do you want to add something?
Yeah, something that is going to be implemented, not right now, but soon. It's in the plans, is to add some template scenes to the builder. So going to the point of having something good without needing to code, you can use it in the current builder on the editor. Once this was what Juan was talking about just now, that's going to be more powerful. But with templates, it's also another possibility to create a new scene with a good, pretty decent 3D model that we're going to provide, without the need of actually needing to write code.
Okay, next one. what is required from the dApps to integrate writing a text record and DCL ENS NFT for private world server routing? Is this on the roadmap? I know that this is not the answer that you are expecting, but you can do it directly in the ENS app, and we are planning to support words in the builder. That's why Nico mentioned that we will have templates, and also what Juanma showed, that we are going to allow words deployments there. We will see. We will need to get the use case for writing a text record. I think that is something ready to link in your parcel. Yeah, that's maybe what I'm going to ask to answer. Sorry. And can you do you want to describe here in the chat what will be the use case for that, so we can see a generalized way to do it?
Yeah, I'm happy to just describe it real quick. The
Sure.
feedback I've been getting from people who are deployed on our private server is that the URL is really long and ugly. And so they'd like a way that if that text record existed on the ENS, that's what gets used if you put the world name and realm in the URL without having to put the entire URL there.
Okay, so it should be something like that. We have like link your parcel, but to link whatever you want. So
Exactly.
open the doors to link any URL to your name.
It would have to link, I mean, it's going to have to link you to a world server. So I don't know if there's a way to, like, in the routing, ping it to make sure it's actually a world server, so people don't use it to route to any sort of website, wherever they want to send you. But just so that, it can be shortened and it can look consistent, and it doesn't necessarily matter where the server is that you're connecting to.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. That's great.
I think I've seen a POC at some point of something real similar, which was adding a record on ENS and then using the change realm command to point to an ENS, and that would change to that realm. And it could be with any ENS, not even with a Decentraland name. But I mean, I've seen that POC internally. I think at some point, yeah, Mariano probably knows more than me about this.
I'm here, guys. So this would take two parts, Nacho. One part is on one side, it's from the builder to be able to set the record. But that's something anyone can do on their own, even if we don't have that functionality. But it also requires the Explorer to do a different handling, because every time you want to change realm to a world, we need to see if there is anything there. So it's like a DNS lookup would be the equivalent. We have to look up the ENS and see if there is a record, and then trying to fetch realm information from there. So that's on the Explorer team. That part is already, we have it in our roadmap to do it with the Explorer team. And the other part, I think it should be on dApps.
Okay, yeah. We'll take notes on that with Nico. Cool. Next one. Can a transportation system be implemented in Decentraland using smart wearables? I think so. You can do whatever you want with your smart wearables, but you will need to wait until we can have it live. What is required from the dApps to integrate writing and text record on DCL? Oh, this is the last one. That's why I didn't saw it. Could you please record this? Okay, it's being recorded, right? Yeah. Is it possible to price wearables USD value? No, because everything is happened by using a smart contract, and they handle mana. I don't know if you are saying that you would like to see the USD price along with the mana value, just to have a reference, but not buying the NFT directly by using USD. You can use the fiat on ramp if you want, that we have right now with Transact, but do you mean seeing the USD price there, or what?
I think they mean attach the price to a USD value in mana.
Oh, okay. that it's a feature. It requires a new smart contract. Nando, you want to explain further?
I can elaborate a little bit more. The thing is that with prices, when you publish a collection, you set the price of that each individual wearable in mana, and then you have another smart contract that is the collection store, which is the one in charge of making the mintings and the purchases in the primary store. That just fix the price and transfer the mana from the user that is buying to the creator or the beneficiary. There is no sort of mechanic to implement that sort of thing with the state of the smart contract today. Making such a change would require to upgrade the collection smart contract to support some sort of different sort of pricing, and as well the collection store smart contract. So it's kind of complex.
Cool. Next one. Is it possible to have multiple beneficiaries in a marketplace collection without using a secondary split contracts beneficiary address?
The same as the previous one, it would require a change only in the collection store contract.
Yeah. To add something to that answer, if you want to do it now, the only way is to have a beneficiary smart contract. If you want to have it native without using the smart contract, yes, we will need to have a new store smart contract for that. So with the things that are deployed right now, the only alternative is to have a new smart contract to split the. Cool. Are there any plans to increase discoverability in the marketplace? Yes. Juanma already showed the unified market that we are working on. And Nico, if you want to explain something further or add something, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the next thing to get updated in the marketplace to easier find items. More on the secondary market side as well, because it was kind of a mess because of the duplicated, multiple listings for the same item. So it's going to be easier to track and easier to understand, also for new users. And also with the new filters, these are already implemented, that Juanma showed in the presentation. That's super easy to find items with different prices. You can also find items by creator with the creator filter that we introduced recently. So it's pretty much better the discoverability experience in the marketplace, and we're also still missing a few improvements. Something else that we want to do that is coming a little bit further in the road, but it's something that we've been discussing and we have plans, is improving the search experience. That's going to take a little while longer, but that's also something that we can do to improve discoverability.
Cool. Next one is, I'm going to, can you update the text around claiming names to reference the use case of using names on Decentraland words?
I can take that one, Nacho. Yeah, we are introducing a few changes on the names page. That's coming also soon. And yeah, the idea is to introduce all the value that you can extract from getting a name.
Will deploying from Builder to Decentraland words include private word servers as an option?
Not at the beginning, but that's something that we want to do as well, yeah.
Yeah, we have plans to have an advanced option so you can select the word that you want to deploy. Will favorited wearables data be saved onto the Catalyst? No, we're going to use a new server just to not overload that information. Oh, sorry, I didn't mark it. Okay, is it possible to have coupons or discount code for marketplace purchases?
I can take that one too. That's a really cool idea. I love that idea. We don't have that plan in the roadmap right now, to be honest. It might come in the future, but honestly, I don't have a date for this. It's not currently on the roadmap.
Great. Will other users be able to submit models into my world? We have a permission system right now where if you allow or grant you can grant other users to deploy content to your work. I don't know if the ones that create this question wants to add something, elaborate a little bit more. We'll keep 1 or 2 seconds waiting. 1, 2, okay, done. Hey, when is it possible to increase texture from 3,000 pixels to 3,000 trees limit? I think that is a question for another team, this one. We will answer that in the Markdown later. If we increase this, DCL will look way better also. Then we can try DCL to connect with our metaverse platform. I think that this is related to the other one. Mana is being saved for land within Decentraland or new P2E wearables to support upcoming projects. I don't know more about this. I don't understand this. Mana is being saved. Anyone understand this one?
No.
Okay. Sorry, but if you want to write it again or take the mic, it's your time. Okay, next one. Why can't we reduce wearables publishing fees? Oh, we can pay creation member $25 and it will be good. You can create a proposal to the DO and see the sentiment of the community for this one. It's not something that we decide. It's something that the community has decided. You can see all the previous proposals there. Can we get the verification tag for creator stores? Can these tags show who is the creator and who is the publisher? A lot of publishers don't make the wearables.
There's a project that is still in design. Like, I don't want to deep dive into this that much because it's still something that we are designing from a product perspective. But yeah, having badges and being able, having more tools for creators to highlight themselves, like to have their own store, being able to like really promote the amazing creations that they are currently doing. That's something that it's one of our main focuses for the rest of this year. And for the next years coming as well. So yeah, definitely you can expect this type of features to highlight your work as creators to be coming out during this year. Yeah.
Okay, the Decentraland lags sometimes in Firefox. Why? This is not for this team. When can we expect tags to work for searching to find certain wearables or creators? That's a really good question. Technically, we can do it right now because all the tags are stored in the Catalyst, and it's impossible to search for that metadata. We also have tags stored in the builder server, so maybe we can do something in the future to use the builder server in the marketplace to search for those wearables and creators, but we would like to have maybe a better database with all the wearable data public, so we can leverage that usage also for the community. But improving search is one of our main goals for this year. That's for sure. Okay, posted by Shore on the profile post on this. It's been saved for that. I don't understand this, sorry. Maybe you can take the mic, but I'm not going to open the link, sorry. Okay. Any other question? Anyone wants to take the mic? Silence. Silence means that we are done.
Yeah, if we're done, I can just close it up. And one last second, anybody? Okay, I guess going once, twice, done. So I'll close it up then. Thank you.
Yeah, we are missing a Scott, I think.
Oh, somebody raised a question or raised their hand, I think.
Marian, but I think that he missed. She wanted to express something with
okay.
with the emoji.
Didn't mean to. Okay, it was an accident. Cool. Okay, cool. I'll start closing it up then. Thank you, Juan, for your excellent presentation and all the recent feature releases, and cool to see all the upcoming updates. And excited especially for the Worlds Deploy from Builder and Favorites list. Also, great work on the banners and promo for the Metaverse Fashion Week. It was an awesome event. Thanks to Nico, Ignacio, and Juan also for answering all the community's questions, and everyone from the Decentraland community for being here today. Also, a quick reminder that for the next 4 weeks, we're going to have a break from the AMAs, and they will be starting up again on May 25th. And yeah, thanks everyone for being here, and see you guys at May 25th. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
See you.